Okay, Cal, and all of you, anyone who's listening, I didn't think to start the recorder until now, but we're already into it. But Cal, you know how all this stuff. The other three are here already. Here's where the course syllabus is, and I'm going to pull up the syllabus, actually, rather than pulling it up here, because it then has a download and stuff like this. I already have it open, so I'm going to pull it up here. So here's the syllabus. This is Math 238. Applied Differential Equations, 3-semester hour course. Here's the course description. It's an introduction to the techniques in solving differential equations with applications. Topics include solving first-order differential equations. Now, I do not have the book here home with me because I was planning to be not retired, but not teaching this term. Oops, the screen sharing stopped. Let me get the screen sharing back again. Okay, can you see the syllabus now? Okay, good. Okay. Does anyone have the book? Okay, I'll show you this. Say again? Yes. Well, not the calculus book from last semester. Hang on a moment here, folks. Okay, this is what the book looks like. This is an e-version of it, and I will send this to y'all if you want it. Okay, if I can find your email addresses again and send it probably through good old Banner, so in a few hours you'll get it, maybe. I'll send this book to you. Okay, and if you look here, Chapter 1, Introduction to Differential Equations. That's where we'll start. Chapter 2, First Order Differential Equations. That's what we were just talking about. Oh, sorry. Screen sharing stopped. Okay, now can you see the book? Yes, sir. Okay. So you'll do Chapter 1, just an introduction to differential equations. If we have time today, which I doubt if we will because we had such a late start, that's where we'll begin. Then there's Chapter 2, first order differential equations, and that's where we left off. So let me go back to the syllabus here. All right, and so topics include first order differential equations, applications to various models, populations, motions, chemical mixtures, that kind of stuff. That's in the Chapter 1 that I just pointed out to you. Okay, the first order differential equations is in Chapter 2. This part is in Chapter 1. Solving higher order differential equations. Let's go back to the book again, and you see, okay, Chapter 2 was first order differential equation. Chapter 3 is modeling with first order differential equation. There's nothing in our course description that mentions modeling. I usually skip Chapter 3. So Chapter 4 is higher order differential equation. Okay, and that's where we pick up here. Okay, higher order differential equations with constant coefficients. That's, I think, around 4.3. Okay, general theory, undetermined coefficients, reduction of order, methods of variation of parameters. I think that's about 4.6, and Laplace transform. In the times I've taught the course, never have made it through, or sometimes even into, Laplace transforms. So you may or may not get there, and since this is Ms. Jabber's first time teaching it in a long time probably, I don't know how fast or slow she'll go. So you may or may not get there. Series solutions, solutions to systems are also covered. So far I haven't made it there. Okay. The prerequisite, it says actually a co-requisite of 227. That's Cal 3. I believe it actually should be prerequisite, but maybe I changed that. I don't remember. Or maybe the state changed it on us. But have all of you had Cal 3? I know Houston has. Will and, okay, Alex? Taking it now. So that's fine for you. It's a co-requisite. Now, I'll warn you about something. We will get to a place in this course where you'll be taking partial derivatives probably before you get to partial derivatives in 227, but they're pretty simple to do, and Miss Jabber is pretty good about going over anything. So just tell her, hey, wait, I'm in Cal 3 now, we haven't hit this yet, could you explain that? And she probably will anyway. She's a very patient instructor. Okay, here is a textbook, a first course in differential equation with modeling applications, 11th edition. Dennis Zill is the author. It's a 2018 copyright. Not a bad idea to have graphing calculator, paper, graph paper, blah, blah, blah. You don't really need it. Now, Alex at Jeff State, do y'all use Cengage Unlimited? You do, okay. I don't know if you'll be able to use the same, are you taking some courses there? Okay. Calculus 3, you said? Or 2? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, the way they phrase that is so crazy. It's really physics 2 with calculus is how they should say it, but they say physics with calculus 2. Okay. I know what you're talking about. It's the engineering physics. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, I don't know if you'll be able to use the same Cengage Unlimited there, and here you may need to do it twice. But check and see how much this book is. If it's if this is the only course you're taking here, and you can find the copy of the book for less than $119, you can go with it. And like I said, I've already sent the ebook to Miss Jabber, and I will send it to y'all too. Right now, it's on my syllabus. If she puts it on her, I mean, not on the syllabus, on my Blackboard from last term, if she does this again for y'all, then it's up to you whether you have the book or not. It's sort of nice to have a book sometime, but you'll have the whole book just like I showed before. Now, I didn't go out and get that, so I'm not breaking any rules or anything. Last summer when I taught the course, a student from Auburn, sorry about that, Will, was in the class, and she said, oh, yeah, Auburn tells us to go and get the ebook and do it. Here it is. And she sent me that copy. So I thought, okay, I'll use it. So I've used it ever since. Okay. And then the rest of this is a big advertisement for Cengage. I don't like it, so I'm just going to scroll through it. Cengage Unlimited. It's way out. At Lawson, they make us put this in the syllabus. I wish they didn't, because to me it's just an advertisement for them. Okay, here's the course objectives. By the end of this course, you'll be able to distinguish types and solutions of differential equations. That's the kind of stuff we're going to do in Chapter 1. Okay, analyze first-order differential equation. That we do in Chapter 2. Solve mathematical models involving ordinary differential equations. We'll do a little bit of that in Section 1.3. Not too much solving, just going over it. Classify and solve higher order differential equations. That's Chapter 4. And then solve initial value problems using Laplace transforms. Like I say, we've done initial value problems, but not with Laplace transforms. I seldom make it because I talk too much, as you can tell. Okay, the course outline of topics, required topics, definitions and terminology. Again, that's Chapter 1. We also talk about what an initial value problem, but we talk about that in every chapter. Differential equations, it's models. Okay, now there they do mention the models. Okay, and we do that in 1.3, just a little bit. Okay, first order differential equations. Separable equations, I think, is 2.2. Exact equations, I believe, is 2.4. Linear equations is 2.3, I think. The substitution is also somewhere in one of those sections. I don't remember which one. The last section, whichever that one is. And systems of linear and nonlinear equations. We really don't hit the nonlinear much in Chapter 2, and that's where it is. Second and higher order differential equations. Wait, I'll take that back. We do some, but we do it by substitution. So that ties those together. Okay, second and higher order differential equations. homogeneous and non-homogeneous equations. Now there's actually two kinds of those. Here they're mentioned here, and here they're mentioned there. These up here, you'll get to it when you get into chapter 4. They use the same word for two different subjects altogether, okay? But it's easier to distinguish because if they're talking about one, it's obviously they're not talking about the other, okay? These down here, homogeneous linear equations with constant coefficients, that means the differential equation is equal to 0. That's what homogeneous means here. The one up here, it means that all the variables have the same power. The degree of every term of your differential equation is the same. It's just using the same word homogeneous to mean two completely different things. Reduction of order, you do to do this. Undetermined coefficients, that's 4.4 is what I usually teach from. She may choose to do 4.5. There's two ways to approach that. Variation of parameters, that starts in 4.6, and very seldom have I got through 4.6. Sometimes I do. Cauchy-Euler equation, you usually hit that, I think. Systems of linear equations, that's a bit further on. She may get to all these. Now, spring mass systems, we do a little bit with that, not too much, back in 1.3 in fact. And linear equation, boundary value problems, that's somewhere, I think, in chapter 2. Okay, I can't remember exactly where. Okay, nonlinear equations with numerical solutions. We do some numerical solutions. I can't remember which section that is, but it's Euler's, not Cauchy-Euler, but Euler's equation. Okay, power series solutions, I haven't gotten there yet. I mean, I have personally, but not in teaching the class, and so I won't go into any more of these. If she gets to them, fantastic. Optional topics, I almost guarantee she won't get there either, because I don't think hardly anyone does. It's hard enough getting through all this stuff. Okay, just the limit on time. Okay, evaluation and assessment, I think she's probably going to do the same as me. If you wind up with average from in the 90s, you get an A, 80s or B, 70s C. Don't go down here. Stay on top of it. Attendance, please try to be here every class. Kyle, okay, and try to come every day for the virtual classes. They put this little paragraph. I'll let you read that when she gets it out there. I've sent her my syllabus, so it's not going to be far from this. Discrimination and harassment, don't do it. We don't tolerate it. We don't want it to happen. Don't do it. Americans with disabilities, I'm hard of hearing, as you probably have already determined, because I talk so loud and that kind of stuff. If you have any kind of disability, please let one of these good ladies know. Dr. Renee Herndon is usually on the Bessemer campus, and Miss Janine McCoy Jones is usually on the Birmingham campus. Not that y'all are going to be on campus, but let them know through their emails, through the website, through whatever. Here's the phone numbers, okay? If you have any disability, any kind. Get them the information. They will let us know what accommodations we need to make. We want you to learn, period. So anything we can do. There will be a student acknowledgement form on the syllabus. Once she does it for you, then this is the thing you turn in. You can either do it the way it says do it on the blackboard, or you can just print see what she says. I'll let students just print it out and email it to me, or not print it out and email it to me, or whatever they want to do. Okay, but this the main reason to do this is so we know that you've asked any questions you had about the syllabus, and this is our sort of our contract with you. But the other thing is that if you can't be here for the first week of class, if you do this, you get counted here the first week of class, because the banner system removes you from class if you have either not been to class or not turned in something. So this is the homework assignment for the first week of class. Turn this in. you three have already been here. You're going to get marked present. I'll mark you. Remember, on the content page of Blackboard, I said that's where I'm going to put attendance. If they put me in Blackboard today, I will put that attendance on there. And now if I'm not in Blackboard yet and they put her in the class, I will email her that the three of you were here and she'll put you in the class. So you will get marked present no matter what. Still do the student acknowledgement form, but it's not as crucial for you as it is for Kyle or anyone else who may be adding the class late. Because if they add the late, because drop add goes all week. If they add on Thursday, both classes have already met. If they turn in this form, they get counted present for the week and they don't get removed from the class. Okay, that was a lot of blah, blah, blah. Any questions? Okay, so let's go back to, yes. Yeah, this is differential equations, right? They'll be on my page, but the problem is she's got to give you, oh, wait, you still have the, no, you don't have Blackboard for the course, for differential equations course. It's, you see, what you had in the last class was for that class. I have it out there. If you can find, if you know how to navigate YouTube videos and can find that, yeah, they're there and they will stay there. The thing is, what I gave you when I was teaching classes, what I would always give is the link to the playlist that you could just click on the link and it takes you right there. You don't have that here because of this. Now, if she wants to add it, then I will give her that link and let her put it. In fact, she'll have it in this because he sent, Mr. Mankiewicz, who's our IT person, sent her this very syllabus. Oh, well, he sent her Blackboard so she can copy it. So I will tell her, do you want that playlist? You said, okay. I will try to tell her, don't delete that, leave it up there, and students like you, and if Will and Alex, you can just not tell them how to, no. If you see that link to the playlist, then they can see all the classes I taught. Well, okay, that's not quite true. You can see the classes I taught last term, and if Blackboard died, or if for some reason I wasn't able to save one, you'll see one from a previous term when I did teach that section. So some of them may be years old out there, but most of the ones at the bottom are the ones from last fall. So yeah, I'll tell her to leave that out there. Well, it's her thing. She'll determine whether she's going to leave it out there or not. I can't tell her what to do. Okay, but I'll make that request to her. Thanks for bringing that up. Okay, that was the syllabus. Any other questions about the syllabus or anything else? Okay. Now, let me say this, because it's not on the syllabus anymore. I forgot that it's not there. When I taught the class, well, you'll see it. Okay, let's just go back to, I think this is it, document in Google Chrome. Yeah, that is it. So that was the syllabus, under course syllabus, cleverly disguised. Okay. Course syllabus agreement. If you want to go through this route to get it turned in, you can. Some of you may have already done that. Here's the textbook and other required materials. Okay. All it is it's the same stuff that you saw in the syllabus about Cengage. Okay. I just put it all, copied it off the syllabus and put it here. Nothing new. Okay, American Disability Act information. It's basically the same thing that's in the syllabus with maybe a few more comments here. Okay, they just put it out here. I assume that's going to stay out there. They may change it this term. I don't know. Okay, that's all of that first thing. Start here. Now, okay, no, it isn't. They've added stuff for start here just this term that they didn't have in the fall, like a letter inviting you to the class and some other ridiculous stuff like this that make me sort of happy to be retiring. But I'm sure Miss Jabber, if she has time, will get all that stuff to you. So there will be more stuff here, more than what I've showed you, but they didn't require it in the fall, so it's not showing up here. Okay, so let's go to the second. Instructor contact and office hours. There it is. Okay, that was mine for last fall. No longer valid now. Let me just tell you my office hours for the month of January: from 8 to 6 Monday through Thursday, and 8 to 12 on Friday. Okay, I will be here in the spare bedroom that I'm using as an office, doing emails, getting people who had incompletes from last term cleared, doing whatever they have me doing. I will be here. Okay, so if you do need to see me, just get in touch with me. Okay, there's my email at least through the end of January, 1st of February. But my office hours are now 8 to 6, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Thursday, Friday 8 to noon on Friday. Okay, now here's a little blurb on instructor contact information. There, this is me. It's not Miss Jabber. She'll put something in here for her. Okay, this is so much garbage. Okay, sorry, I didn't say that out loud, did I? Okay, let me close this up then. All right, the weekly activities. Okay, now Miss Jabber will do this however she wants to. They may have expanded this. I'm just going to show you week 1 from last fall. Okay, it didn't open. Let me open it. It should have. Okay, there it is. Here is an overview of week 1, overview and weekly to-do list. Okay, now I took out a lot of the junk, stuff they had in here. So this is bare bones. This is the overview. What we're doing now is going over the syllabus. I required a research paper. I doubt if she will. I wouldn't suggest that she would. She's an adjunct instructor. She doesn't need to be doing that. I don't know if she's going to put her locator card, but that just shows when I was in class, not in class, whatever. Since she's an adjunct, it's going to be a lot simpler than that. How the course will be conducted, blah, blah, blah. So if we can get stuff about this, we'll start chapter 1 today. I don't know if we'll make it. Here are the objectives from chapter 1. Well, here from the whole thing. Review course syllabus, we've already done. We're not going to do research paper instructions. How it's organized to assist you. My office hours, I talked about them, but she'll do all this again, and that's the beginning of chapter 1. Okay, this is the weekly to-do list. Do that syllabus and complete the course syllabus agreement. You can either do that from back, under that sign-in page, or you can just drop it. Well, see what she says. She'll tell you. You don't need to do research paper instructions. I'm not even going to post them out there. I doubt if she will. And then read chapter 1, section 1.1 on pages 2 to 11. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, now she'll change this and make it whatever she wants it to be, but that's approximately what it'll be. Instructional materials. Now this one is, I think, fairly important. Okay, I don't know how she'll do it. This book does not provide PowerPoint slides. So unless she comes up with some, they're going to be there. You won't have any PowerPoints. But I do have, and I'll get to it, the textbook. So I taught from the textbook rather than PowerPoint slides. Okay, recorded lectures, here it is. This is the playlist that Houston was talking about. All you have to, I'll ask her to leave this out here, click on that, and it takes you to YouTube videos. That's what it's doing right now. And here you'll see. Now these, well, good morning. Okay, I can't shut off that guy talking, so, okay. This is 4.5, that one term that I use this section rather than 4.4. Okay, here's 4.6 when we got into that one term. Okay. And there are some other sections. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, I'm having to talk over that jerk who's doing all the talking. You move this. Now, last fall, these are all old classes that I did, starting right here with Math 238 Syllabus. That was this class last term. Okay, I will put this out again this term, so that will be at the bottom, and that will be where this class is recorded. And then from here on down, you noticed up here, oh, I remember, they forgot to renew our contract with Screencast-O-Matic, so 1.1 and 1.3, all this kind of stuff, that's from last summer, okay? Because I didn't get to start until 1.2 here. Okay, so sorry that he's doing all that talking. Okay, so these are all the classes from last fall. I'll ask her to leave them out there. Okay, let me get out of this because he talks too loud. If I can figure out how to get out of it, you're blocking my view. Okay, let's get out of that. Okay, fine, thank goodness. Okay, so that I'll leave out there. Just click on whichever class you want to hear and you can hear it. Okay, I have it in there by section numbers. Now every now and then I might put the wrong section number, you'll do it. Here are some instructional videos. Midnight Tutor, Slater. These are the two I had for Math 238. I think both of these refer to older editions than the one we're using now, because the last time I checked, they didn't have the newer edition there. I don't know if you'll use them. Houston, did you ever use any of the instructional videos I posted in other classes? Okay, that's about normal. 0 to 1 time is about all. They're based on the book, so you should be able to. If you get stuck sometimes they're useful. Most of the time I don't think they are. Usually my videos will be better tools for you, but I put them there because I had them. Okay, now there's the research paper general instructions. She'll probably remove that because she's not going to. I'm pretty sure she won't have you do a research paper. Okay, here's my locator card. I doubt if she'll do that. Okay, this class has no lab, so that's why that's blank. But here is where the textbook is. That PDF that I've already shown you, this is where it is in Blackboard, and I'll ask her to leave that out there for you. So therefore, you can determine whether you want to buy the book or not. Okay, now this Cengage WebAssign class key, this is the one for last fall. That will probably not be good for this spring. So either she will need to get a new class key or else you won't have one. Houston, did you ever use Cengage class key? You did? Okay. I think they are fairly helpful, but some students like them, some people don't. Okay. I don't particularly care for them because if you're doing that, sometimes they'll tell a student they've got the wrong answer when they've got a perfectly correct answer, but it's just not in exactly the same form that the class key is looking for. Because frankly, in calculus, you can write your answers, very much correct answers, in about 4 or 5 different ways that are equally correct, and yet they're looking for one. And if they figure out one that you can't even imagine, they keep telling you you got a wrong answer. No, you have the right answer. It's just not the one they were looking for. Okay, so that's typically what I do under the weekly assignments. I'm sure she'll do something similar. And what I always did was then under this, on the week 2 through week 16, I'll say, see week 1, see week 1, see week 1. And I think I even say that for the book too. Because there's no reason not to. I don't see why I have to link this week after week after week when nothing has changed. Okay, what this is set up for is for online classes. That's what this template is for. And the online classes, you'll have recorded lectures every week. Mine are, you're here for the lectures. I just record them and put them there so you can go into the past. So it's ridiculous, but that's how the administrators do the least work as possible, even though it gives us, the instructors, way more work to do. I'm sorry, I'm retiring soon. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that was week 1. Then there's week 2 through week whatever. 16, I think it is. Every one of those has it. Okay. And then they have live virtual class meeting information. This is where I tell you, on the day before each class, I'll post an announcement on Blackboard. She'll tell you how she'll do it. I'm doing Zoom. She may use Collaborate. With Collaborate, maybe you don't need the code. All you have to do is log in. I don't know. I don't use it. And then I don't do a video, so that's why it's hidden from students. I wish I had just taken that off. I didn't realize it was still on here. And then sometimes midterm and final, you'll have information here. Now, I saw an email that indicates something, another change from last fall. I never messed with what they call ProctorU. Okay. Now they're wanting, I think, everyone in the math class to use ProctorU. I'm so glad I'm retiring, okay, that I don't have to put up, because it seems like to me that's just such an awkward package, and some students won't be able to log in, and then you don't get to take your test, and then you have to reschedule. It sounds like a nightmare. I don't give a midterm anyway. I give, at the end of each chapter, I give a test, okay? Those are middle of the term tests. I do give a final. Sometimes, in fact, in this class, it was the last chapter test. It's the final test, okay? So it doesn't count any differently, but I think they may require you to do ProctorU, which means you have to be at one place at one time, sitting down, and they're watching you. You have to have a camera on your computer. Everything has to be working, and if you do something, then they say you're getting outside material. I don't know. It's a pain in the neck. And frankly, I'll say this because I'm not going to be here. To me, especially something like differential equations, Cal 3, those kind of courses, I mean, they're difficult enough as they are. I like to give take-home tests because I want you to have to go through and figure out how to solve problems. That's what it's all about. It's not memory. Calculus and these upper level courses are not about memorization. If you were working for me, I don't want you saying, oh, I've memorized that formula, I don't need to look it up. No, I want you to look up everything, because if you get a sign wrong, then you give me a wrong answer. If you were working for me, you may have cost me a few thousand or some dollars by your memory being faulty. I want you to look up everything. So I didn't mind if you used outside materials. In fact, I encourage it, because in the real world, that's what you'll be doing. If you're having to solve some complicated math issue, I want you to look up and see how to do that, and then figure out how to solve the problem. That to me is what upper level math courses are all about. Now, Alex, and maybe Will too, that may not be how things are done at Gel State and at University of Alabama, but to me, I'd rather model real life. And you go out, find what you need, and then figure out how to solve the problem. So I'll get off that. That's just my little soapbox. Okay, that's it for the course content. Okay. Oh, and by the way, that last one I didn't mention, I think it's mostly garbage too. Online resources for virtual and hybrid students. I think they have, let me just show it to you. They have the e-college website, disability services, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if some of this they have blocked from students, so why in the world do they have it out here? I don't know. I never turned to this. Houston, did you ever? I didn't think so. But anyway, it's there if you need it, if you want it. Aloha. Okay. Still haven't heard from Kyle. I don't know if he's going to be here today or not. the email went out so late. Okay. Now, I'm going to move y'all out of the way. Okay. So that was all pretty much course content. This thing is called the calendar. Frankly, I never use this. Maybe your instructors at your schools do. Fine. Go for it. Here is discussions. I don't use discussions. Miss Jabber may. Well, wait, I'll take that back. I left the discussions out there every week saying if you have any questions that you want to talk about in a discussion group, throw them out here and then we'll start a discussion. I never had a student in any of my classes choose to do that. And I left it open all week, and at the end of the week, if no one had done it, I deleted it. Okay, so that's discussions. Here's the grade book. Okay, I'm not going to open this now because that'll show the grades from the people last time, but that's where you'll see your grades. Here is messages. Now this is how I do some communication. For instance, this is where I put the test. I might put it under the week's material when we had it, but I also put it here. So here was attached test 1. And I think I did that in PDF format, and for some reason one student couldn't open it, so I had to type it in Word. I usually use WordPerfect, but most people don't have WordPerfect, so I had to convert it from WordPerfect to Word, correct all the things Word screwed up, and then put it out there again. So the chapter 2 test, this was embarrassing. I couldn't find, either I deleted it by mistake or something, so I had to put it out there a second time. Okay, and the chapter 4 test and blah, blah, blah. And there was the PDF of the textbook. I put it there as well. So I put that in 2 different places. Here is something they called analytics, which is where they give what students, how many students, what percentage are doing what, attending what, whatever. I never used it. I don't know if y'all use it in any of your other classes. Maybe it's a useful thing. I haven't used it, and I'm not going to use it because I'm not going to teach anymore. Okay, so that's Blackboard. That's your syllabus. That's how I taught the course. You can find out from Miss Jabber how she wants to teach it. Okay, she'll be here on Wednesday, 2:30. Watch ahead of time for her either Zoom invite or if she's going to use Blackboard Collaborate. So keep it up, keep watching Blackboard, see what messages and stuff she sends to you. That's where you'll see them, under messages or under announcements. Let me go back up so you can see that. Oh, wait, messages. Goodness gracious, why did it leave that? I gotta go all the way back through and get this. I don't like Blackboard Collaborate. If you haven't picked that up already. Okay. Right here, these announcements go from instructor to you. There's no way you can send an announcement back. The messages over here, they go both ways. Okay, and then you can always email and other things like that, but that's outside Blackboard. All right, any questions either on Blackboard, on the syllabus? If you do, wait and ask her. No, if you have any for me, I'll be glad to try to answer them. Okay, and we've got 1 minute left. Boy, was that not good timing. Okay, let me just take you into the ebook in the 1 remaining minute we have left. This is the cover right here. I'm going to take you into chapter 1, so I'm going to hit this off, and 1.1, definitions and terminology. Now there was a little bit before that, so you can always scroll back and see this. Yeah, here was actually the beginning of chapter 1. Nice picture, by the way. What good that is, I don't know. And the rest of this, I think, is table of contents and stuff. first course. Yeah, just going through that. Okay, so that's what the book looks like. I mean, these are exactly the pages from the book. Okay. And in this 1.1 is definitions and terminology, initial value problems, and differential equations as mathematical models that you kept reading about. This is where they are. Talks a little bit here about how you write these things. That, of course, is the first derivative. That's the second derivative. And by the way, we're talking about ordinary differential equations, which are ordinary derivatives, not partial derivatives like some of you would have had in Cal 3. Okay, so here is a regular algebraic equation where you have powers of your variable. What you have in a differential equations are orders of your dependent function. Okay, and so you see this could be x squared plus 5x plus 4 is equals 0. That's an ordinary algebraic equation, a polynomial equation. Here's a y double prime minus y plus y2 prime, 2 times y prime, if I could read, plus y equals 0. That's for an unknown function, y, where function could be some phi of x. And this book loves to throw in different function names right in the middle of things, calling it y to begin with, phi later, sometimes change it again. They make it so confusing, it's sometimes hard to follow. I really don't care for the book too much, but it seems like this is the standard these days. Back when I was in college many decades ago, we had just the most wonderful differential equation book. It was so straightforward. It didn't throw all this heady stuff out there. It just handled differential equations in a very workmanlike manner. I had the lousiest professor on campus, and I was able to read the book and do the work. Okay, because he was a terrible math instructor, the worst one in the whole math department. He was pathetic, but the book was wonderful, and I could learn my differential equations straight from the book. This book, I don't like reading it because I thought, what in the world are they talking about now? And I know the subject, you know. So anyway, I think we've just gone over 2 minutes. So tell Miss Jabber, I'll tell her also, we just barely didn't even get to section 1.1. And this is where you start talking about just the terminology, the verbiage, phraseology, what we mean by different things. That's where you'll begin, I'm sure, next time. She may go over her syllabus, she may go over a little bit of other things, but she's usually pretty, let's get down to business, and she'll start somewhere right here. Any questions, anybody? Say again? Was there a question there? All right, well, I'm going to start closing things down, including that, and stop sharing. I know I did. Okay, here we are. So if y'all don't have any questions for me, I'm going to end the session. It's been nice getting to know you, however briefly. Houston, I've known you for a while. I even know how you look. And Will, I saw your camera shot. Alex, I don't even know, couldn't pick you out of a lineup. Okay, so, but I wish you the very best. And like I say, I'll be here on campus, here in my bedroom, you know, up here, all the month of January. 1st of February, I'll be gone. And if any of you need probably my school email will be good for a few months. I don't know how long we get to keep it, but after that, if you need me, I'll give you my personal email address, and you can contact me anytime you want to. I'll be retired. I'll have plenty of time to answer questions and help you go over stuff if you find it beneficial to do so. Okay? All right. Take care. All right, and best of luck this term. And I think you'll like Miss Jabber. She's pretty nice. Okay, ending it for all of us. Bye-bye. Austin State Community College. I had called back right around 2 o'clock. I know you had signed up for an appointment, advising appointment at 2:30, but after you did that, just early afternoon, they assigned me to teach a class this afternoon. And it was at 2:30. So I started trying to call you at 2 o'clock, and I emailed you, and I sent you, I tried calling several more times, and I never have been able to get in touch with you. So this is probably the last time I'm going to try today. But if you can call me back, I don't know if this lists my number or not, or sign up for another advising session, because I'll be here probably up until pretty close to 6 o'clock this evening. So you can try me anytime up until 6 o'clock, and I'll try to get in touch with you or sign up for another session. You don't have to go with me. You can go with anyone who's available. So sorry I kept missing you. I hope you'll be able to get your answer solved. Thank you much.